ADT, always there.
For some people, shopping can be stressful, frustrating, and confusing, but our next guests say with their insider knowledge, you can completely transform the way you shop.
Here with their new style guide, How to Win at Shopping, is Emmy Award-winning stylist David Zyla and fashion journalist Eila Mel. Welcome.
Eila and Zyla.
You guys, decades combined, you have decades of experience in fashion and design and shopping. What made you want to put all these ideas and tips into a book?
There were people that needed us desperately.
Yeah, it's true. You know, we wrote this book for the person who loves and the person who loathes shopping, and the people who create the wonderful world of retail as well.
You have a lover here because I consider it as my cardio going shopping, and you said you hated it, right?
I hate shopping, but only because I want to do it, and I want to do it well, but I get out there and I get frustrated. I get frustrated, I get tired, and then it's time to go home.
Typically the person that doesn't like shopping, and I'm not going to analyze you on camera right now.
Okay, go for it.
But typically, that person doesn't really know what they're looking for.
Yes.
And we want to help focus you with our wonderful book on tips of always, never, and sometimes to really empower you to know what you're looking for and be strategic and create a wardrobe of things that you love wearing.
I love how you broke it down that way, and we're going to start off with shopping techniques. So what are the things you should always do when you're going shopping?
Okay, so you should always beware of prices in carpeted areas.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, you literally mean where there's areas where there's carpet on the ground?
Where there's carpeting. You know, some places it's just the hard floor, and then other places it's cushy and there's carpet. Just be on your guard.
Carpet slows you down. You're like, oh, I've been walking around the mall all day. Oh, this feels nice. And you're not maybe totally aware of it, but you slow down. And as Eila was saying earlier today, a mom with a stroller, she's there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the carpeting.
Those wheels go a lot slower.
Tricky store designers.
So what should you sometimes do when you're shopping, the shopping techniques?
All right, sometimes you can spend less on t-shirts, blazers, and knits if you shop in the boys department.
Really?
Yes.
I gotta stop by the boys department.
Yeah,
the price points are a little lower there, and you know, you can just, you know, translate your size into boys wear.
Yeah, a t-shirt is a t-shirt.
Right.
It
you
really
have to pay
doesn't matter.
$40 for a t-shirt.
Right, when you can get it for 10 in the boys section.
I like it.
See that? Okay, how about the never do? What would you never do as a shopping technique? What's our don't do it?
Never pass on a brand because you haven't heard of the designer.
Really?
There are new designers coming up all the time. There's fabulous private label. Basically, at the end of the day, clothes are a raw material to make you look fantastic. Who cares what the label says? And if it's a dress that, you know, you look at and say, wow, that's really appealing, and I don't know that designer, you should absolutely try it. It doesn't mean anything.
Right, so be open-minded.
Yes, and what's great about wearing a new designer is that you're not going to see 100 people wearing the same thing.
That is
good
true.
point.
That is true. That's kind of like those little small little stores, too, where you can find little things that nobody's really even heard of. So
Right,
it's nice.
right.
But that also leads you to the next one, which is the best fit. You could find the best fit with some of the non-designers as well. So what should you always do to find that best fit?
Always sit down when you try on your clothes.
Ah, the sit test.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially with jeans.
Yes.
You want to see what's going to happen in the back. Is it going to move away from your body?
And are they comfortable? You know, if your clothes aren't comfortable, they're going to hang in your closet.
Right.
And a closet that isn't actualized is really not worth it unless you want to create a clothing museum. And that's different than a closet of clothes that you like to wear every day.
You know, you always hear that people only wear 10% of what's in their closet. Well, we say then get rid of that other 90%. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Everything should make you smile when you're getting dressed in the morning.
Yeah, it should be hard to pick. You should love all of it so much,
Absolutely.
right? Oh, I love that idea. All right, what about some sometimes do when you're trying to get a good fit?
You may sometimes need to try a different size in things, especially in a strapless bra.
That's true.
Strapless bras can be tricky. You know, you should always know your bra size, but strapless, you may have to go up or down a size. It changes.
And ready-to-wear clothing, too, you know, nobody's looking at the label in your dress or your skirt. And if it really bothers you seeing it, snip it out, you know? It doesn't mean anything. And also in the book, we talk about, you know, maybe taking a couple of sizes into the dressing room with you. It makes shopping a lot more easy.
And then you're not going back and forth trying to grab another size.
All the possibilities are in the fitting room that way.
And just because you can fit into a size doesn't mean that is your size.
You should. I think women and men both get it in their head. I'm this size and I'm not going up a size because they don't want how that feels to go up a size, but it feels even worse to wear something that's too tight.
Yeah.
And you're going to look heavier.
And every designer cuts differently, too.
Yeah, that is true. That's what I like to tell myself. A lot of times. Everybody cuts differently. I can't fit into these jeans.
How about never? Never do. What should I never do to get a good deal?
Never pay less than 30% off.
Really?
Yeah, a sale is not a good sale unless you're getting at least 30% off.
Wow.
What we consider a sale is more than 30%. 30% or less is more of a promotional price. And there's nothing wrong with a promotional price, but just understand that a sale and a promotional price are two different things.
Different things.
Interesting. Well, don't go anywhere, you guys, because David and Isla are going to teach us how to shed 10 pounds just by getting dressed. I need to hear this.
Find your Alaska. For your free vacation planner, visit planalaska.com.
Generosity. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
This week, we're getting sexy.
If you were looking for Cupid's cheat sheet, we've got you covered. From the most romantic 6-course tasting menu to super seductive cocktails. Plus, the refrigerators are at it again. Chef Dabari is firing it up for these high school sweethearts. Do you need me to do anything? Or just sit back and look pretty?
Do what you do best. Sit back and look pretty.
Tony on New York, Saturday at 7:30 on WLNY. Startup New York. It's working for New York State. Already, 55 companies are investing over $98 million and creating over 2,100 jobs. From Long Island to all across upstate New York, more businesses are coming to New York. They're paying no property taxes, no corporate taxes, no sales taxes. And with over 300 locations and 3.7 million square feet available, there's a place that's right for your business. See if Startup New York can work for you. Go to startup.ny.gov.
What's that?
Oh, that's Gary. I sent him to get me food.
Still what?
Well, the L train's down, so I'm not going out, and I'm afraid of the menu pile.
So just use Seamless and order takeout online. With Seamless, you can browse local menus or search for your favorite foods or restaurants. You choose what you want, tell them how you want it, select your address, and boom, your food is on its way.
I just ordered tacos on Seamless. Beer and 20. You're fired, Gare. He's fine.
Order takeout online with Seamless.
It's Huffman Coos Furniture's President's Day event. Save at least 50% off all furniture and mattresses store-wide. And get no interest until the year 2020. Celebrate the savings on living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms. With savings of at least 50% off beautiful furniture. Nothing's held back. Plus, pay no interest until the year 2020. Don't miss the President's Day event going on now at Huffman Coos Furniture. With 2 brand new locations in Farmingdale, New York and Freehold, New Jersey. Visit HuffmanCoos.com for a location near you.
Corey was proud to serve his country. But when his Humvee was blown up in Iraq, doctors didn't think he would survive his injuries. But Corey surprised everyone. He came home to his wife and 2 children.
When I see the kids and Corey together, it's heartwarming because they accept him for who he is.
My dad is a superhero. I read to him. When I see my dad smile, I'm happy.
Your gift to Wounded Warrior Project can help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
I think it's very important for people to support the Wounded Warrior Project. For $19 a month, you give a family hope. Okay, ready? Here he comes.
Our heroes have returned home, and the war may have slipped from the headlines. But the ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come.
Sometimes I help my dad walk. He puts his hand on my shoulders.
Call or go online with a monthly pledge. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
I want the whole world to be able to meet Corey because he is someone that has never given up.
I'm really proud of my dad. Really proud.
Now is the time to show your support. You can honor and empower those who have sacrificed so much for us.
Being together with other wounded warriors, for Corey's sake, to be around caregivers for my sake, it's amazing. And just that sense of not being alone, because that feeling of being alone was probably the hardest thing.
For many of our warriors, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. Don't let that happen. Please, make that call or go online right now.
We're back with the authors of How to Win at Shopping, David Zyla and Eila Mel. And we're going to talk about how to lose basically 10 pounds with just the clothes you're wearing, right? How to look like you've lost it.
We know how to do that. The secrets are here.
Okay, so let's start with pants.
So the best thing you can do with a pair of pants is not have any belt loops on it.
Really?
And why have a closure in the front that adds a little bulk? We love Hollywood waist pants. And they're just a clean trouser, and there's either a back or a side zip. This one has a side zip.
And that's called a Hollywood trouser.
Hollywood waist pant,
Also
yeah.
a flat front.
Flat front, super flattering, really slim, doesn't create any bulk around the middle.
What's your opinion on high-waisted pants, yay or nay, when it comes to trying to look slimmer?
It can work. Again, I would love if they didn't have belt loops and extra hardware up at the top.
Around the top.
Whistles, you know,
Yeah,
big
keep it
buttons.
clean.
This is the problem area.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on to skirts too, because that can get a little tricky as well. You have a flare one here, which I personally love.
This is from Eila's
gorgeous.
closet.
Yeah,
we love this.
I'm going to poach this.
Not available for sale anywhere.
This is cute.
So we love this skirt, but it has a lot of texture, a lot of depth, so it does add some volume.
And
so
pleats too, which you know can always add the extra.
Just that little bit more.
Right.
So if you look at the skirt next to it, also courtesy of Eila's closet,
I love
you'll
the
see
best
a
fashion.
slimmer skirt, and you know, basically, think about this: less is more. Less fabric is actually more flattering.
And it's a pencil skirt too, but a lot of the flare is in season now. We're seeing a lot more flare, especially the longer flare.
Right. Well, what you can do with this, see this one, although it has bulky fabric here, what you'll see is around the waist, it doesn't. And it actually cinches in at the waist and then flares out at the bottom. So that's what you really want to do. You really want to define the waist if you're going to have this extra bulk.
It's all about that waist.
And if you want to do a little bit fuller skirt, you know, keep the hip slim too. Like have the bulk a little bit lower.
And maybe a tighter shirt too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to keep it all slim. I see something shiny here and I'm automatically attracted to it.
Yes.
Shiny is good, actually.
Is it?
Well,
shiny can be good.
Strategically.
Strategically, it's about where you put it.
Okay.
So basically, put the sheen where you want to add a little bit more. So for instance, if you're a little bit hippier, put the sheen on the top
to balance
it.
Right, this is always going to draw the eye.
Right.
So you want to use this to your advantage.
Okay.
So if you have big boobs and you don't necessarily want everyone
Not this
looking...
department, nope. But yeah, this is something I would wear on top and then maybe something slimmer on the bottom.
Exactly.
So it's a great balancing element to an
I like it. And it's sparkly, so I'm already
That's always a good thing.
I love this too because it's sort of like a fit and flare, right?
Well, yes. This jacket is really great. So it's got the peplum, which automatically makes the waist look teeny tiny, which we love.
We love.
And then, yes, and it has a belt, so you can even cinch in more. So this is a really great jacket.
So this is, okay, so, and this is a basic. You can find this anywhere, not just this color or this design. You
Absolutely,
can basically...
yes. And you could have long sleeves. It's just, you know, this is the basic shape you want.
Belts are a wonderful thing. In fact, in the book, another thing that we talk about is shadowing the waist with a belt. So you can see this slim belt here. And what it does is it just shadows that area, especially when it's a thinner belt.
When it's a thinner.
Right.
Do you have a preference, thin or thick? Because I have pretty much every size in my closet. I'm like Karate Kid. I have too many belts probably. But is there one that's better than the other?
It depends on your body type, really.
It really does. I don't think there's a universal for that one.
I don't think
I wish there were. Maybe that's our next book.
Yeah,
exactly.
Make it happen.
No, but, you know, tall, thin women can get away with the big, fat belt.
Yeah.
Right? But, you know, like shorter women who may have a little more weight, you really don't need a big belt accentuating that with, you know, skin
maybe
coming
some
up over
overflowing.
and under. Yeah, exactly.
A belt can create a horizontal, you know, and sometimes that's good and sometimes we want to avoid that.
Right, but yeah, you don't really want to cut the body in half.
Got it. And then last you have a monochromatic dress. I love dresses
This is a great dress, yes.
We do.
This dress really does a lot of work for you. So it's got, see, automatically, can you see how it comes in at the waist here.
Oh, yeah.
So automatically it's going to give you a slim waist, and it just flares out a tiny bit. So it gives you that sleek look, but it's really, really doing a lot for your body. It's holding you in. And the fabric, too, it's not super heavy, but it's not flimsy.
Right.
So you're not going to see lumps and bumps.
It's fairly sturdy. And another great tip that we have in the book is about finding your version of black and using it in a little dress. And this is a great example of it. And it's super easy. All you do is match the color of the rim of your iris. So it's going to be a charcoal or an olive or a gray or a navy like this one.
I love it, and that's a gorgeous dress. That might be going home with me as well. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. For more great tips, make sure to pick up their book, How to Win at Shopping. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Next.
Our New Year's resolutions check in. Are you having trouble meeting your weight loss goals? Well, we've got tips on helping you get there.
Why do we do it?